Hello, welcome back to Tabletop CP for another game of What a Cowboy. So this is going to be our second game. We're going to call this Learnin Game 2. I think our first game went pretty well. Craig and Andre were here and we played 2 guys per and went pretty smooth. It's pretty similar to What a Tanker, but revised a little bit to make it a little bit more streamlined. And we were able to pick it up pretty quick. We made some mistakes, some tactical errors, but overall I think the overall experience was pretty smooth. So for today's game, we are going to be using a mission from the book, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And we're going to be introducing a couple of things that we didn't use in our first game, which is mounted figures and henchmen as well. So let's go ahead and jump on into the briefing. Starting off with the terrain. Tonight's mat is the Valley mat by Cigar Box Battle, one of our all-time favorite mats. It's just very vibrant, very colorful, really cool. Check out the description if you want to get one of these for yourself. Gameplay wise, terrain is not a huge factor in this game as it is in some other games. It's basically a negative modifier to hit, and also it can be obstacles to movement. So in this one, the fences are going to be obstacles to movement, so you're going to have to spend extra movement dice if you want to get over it if it's not part of your first move. And the river is going to be slow going as well. So if you cross the river, you're going to have to remove the lowest D6 when you move, so that's just constant. And other than that, there's really not a whole lot to say about terrain, as it's pretty situational based on the location of the shooter and the target to each other. So when that arises during the game, we'll figure it out. So let's talk about the mission. For today's mission, we're going to be playing Scorched Earth, which is scenario 5 from the rule book, and the objective of this mission is for the Indian war band to burn down the ranch house. So the ranch house is the target, and the Indian war band will be starting over in this corner over here. And the ranchers will place a deployment point in their table quarter from which they can deploy from. 2 of them can deploy from that. They're going to have 1 left, and they can come in from either what's left of that table quarter there or this table quarter here. And the Indians are going to have to get over to the ranch house and complete a task roll of 12 to set it on fire. So it's going to be a tall order for them to do that, considering the forces are very even. So we'll see how it goes, but again, it's just a learning game, just to work through some of the mechanics of horseback riding, henchmen, and just come to grips better with the just general game mechanics. So simple mission there. Let's take a look at the forces. So the forces, both sides are exactly $160 each. The horses are free, so you don't have to pay extra for those, but only one side is going to have horses, and that's going to be the Indian War Party. So we'll start off with the Indian War Party. Leading, we're going to have Magua, great grandson of Magua, I guess at this point he would be. And he is a gunslinger, so he's going to have 2 bonanza tokens. He's going to have the ability to change one of his dice to anything he wants. And he's going to be armed with the Adams revolver, which is heavy caliber. And then moving on, we're going to have Tatanka. He's going to be a shootist. And he's going to be armed with a bow, so it's 18-inch effective range, 36-inch maximum range. And it's going to be +1 to the critical hit roll if you're within 18, and -1 if you're over 18. He's going to have 1 bonanza token. And then rounding out the force, we're going to have young Kicking Bird. He's a greenhorn. He's going to be armed with a lance. And that's you can throw it 12 inches. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that Tatanka also has a tomahawk. Anyway, so back to Kicking Bird. He's got a lance. You can throw it 12 inches, and it's a pretty good weapon to buff his close combat abilities, which if he ever gets into close combat, we will go over that at that time. So moving over here, we got the ranchers. So we're starting off with the range boss, James Melholland. He's a gunslinger. He's got the Lamac combo. It's basically a pistol with a shotgun underneath it. It's lightweight, so it's the first critical hit in an activation is a wound instead, and the shotgun's got a 6-inch range, a +2 to hit, and a +1 on the critical hit roll. So that's what he's armed with. Assisting him is going to be his foreman, Ryan Horton. He's a shootist. He's going to be armed with a Hawkins Plains rifle. It's a single shot, 36-inch effective, 72-inch max. It's got slow reload, so 2 reload dice to reload, and it's heavy caliber. The same as the Adams revolver. So the first shock inflicted in an activation is a wound instead. And then we're going to be trying out a group of ranch hands. So these guys are going to be henchmen. They have a ton of special rules. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but I have them written out. Hopefully we don't forget them and we play these guys right. But they seem like they could be pretty good, especially if they're within range of a friendly character. And that will do it for the forces. They all are all. They are also armed. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Also, all armed with a Colt 45 standard issue pistol. So that will do it for the forces. Let's get started. All right, so Steve and Andre are here. Steve's never played, but he's going to be joining me. He's going to be controlling the henchman group and learning on the fly. And I'll be the ranchers. Andre is going to be the Indian war party. And we've rolled up for our special rules. So Kicking Bird got no skill. Tatanka got Marksman, which is a +2. The first aim used is a +2 if he doesn't move. You can only take one shot. And then Magua got True Grit, which is pretty good. It recovered 2 dice per ace from the shock pool instead of just 1. And on my side, Ryan Horton got no skill, but James Melholland got Lucky. And that means I can re-roll one hand of dice once during the game. So that could come in very handy if I roll a really crappy roll and need to get out of the way of something. So I think that's pretty much it. I put our rancher's deployment point there, those chickens. And then Andre's going to be coming in up to the river and up to the tree. We've drawn our Desperado cards. And I think that's it. So we're ready to get started. All right, here we go. Andre will be the card guy. And we're starting off with the 9 of spades. And that's
Kicking Bird.
Kicking Bird. We'll do some rolling on the table. Last time we said we would stop, but I think we showed them all.
Ooh, nice.
So we got a couple
Good
of
to
moves.
start with some moves.
Yeah, especially on a horse.
There's some civilians out there I can shoot at.
Yeah, we should make a thing where you have to kill all the civilians. As a secondary objective.
But I'm playing the good guys.
2 ones, so 2 moves and aim. No, a spot and aim, shoot, reload, and then a wild.
But
piece.
without any targets, it's all just movement, isn't it?
Yep. All right, we'll let Kicking Bird do his move. Kicking Bird came in. He came in at the tree, and he trotted
Kicked on over.
all the way up, and he made it pretty much all the way across the fort. He's up there by the water tower. So the next card is the 10 of spades, which is Tatanka. Tatanka's roll.
Wow.
Not super good, but you can make a couple of
I can
moves out of that.
aim like a maniac.
And then 2 moves, essentially. Tatanka has come up. He's galloped. So his first move, Andre galloped 3d6. Then he slowed down to the canter, turned to the right, and now he's crossed the ford there with Kicking Bird. Next,
And is it Descendant of Magua?
No.
It's a group of...
That's the ranch hands. So that's Steve's guys. He's the henchman ranch hands. We'll let Steve roll his dice and we'll kind of talk him through it. All right, here we go. So they just roll normal dice like everybody. There's a couple things they can't do. So they
Nice roll.
So I think you can use one of the 6s. You can't use both because you don't have a friendly character around. So you can turn that into a 1.
What's our deployment?
So the chickens are deployment. So it's not like sharp practice. You just essentially move. If you move, you start your movement there, and you just move normally.
Get behind the fence and take defensive
Yeah,
position.
yeah, it's a good spot to go. Just get behind the fence and can't do any shooting, but you can move. So we'll,
2 dice per move die, right?
yep. Steve's henchmen have moved from the deployment point. He had 2 move dice. He made it up to the fence, so he's behind cover up there. So next card, the Ace of Hearts. That's James Lucky Melholland, who is our gunslinger range boss. Let's see what James gets. No move dice, but I did get a 6, so I'm going to bring him in, kind of up here behind the ranch hands, because he can help them spot and aim and stuff like that. So range boss Melholland, he just moved up there to lend a hand to his ranch hands. And that's Ryan Horton. Here we go. Ryan Horton. Ooh, look at that. 2, 1, 3 6s. That's something, right, Andre? Isn't that a random event or something? Plus 2 moves. So we'll look up and see what the 3 6s does. It's going to be do you feel lucky? It's a random event.
I think you feel lucky. Aces.
A 7.
Damn horses. Character slips in some horse dung and falls. Place a pin token next to the character. This must be removed by playing a move dice before any other actions are played.
Okay. So that means that Ryan Horton slipped in some horse dung. So that awesome roll is...
1 move dice less. Which...
Oh, just is that what it says?
Well,
that's how
that's
it's
what
pinned.
it takes to... Yeah, isn't that how you undo a pin, is with a move dice?
Oh, so I can just do that now?
Well, don't you have to?
We'll check into
You
it.
can't do anything else until you take the pin off.
Okay, so that happened before? I don't know. We'll look at it. And Ryan Horton's wound up here next to the barn. So we were reading, and I burned one of the ones to get up. The other one I moved, and then the 3 6s I used to gain an additional Bonanza token for him. So now he has 2 Bonanza tokens. And I think the last card
I
is
wonder
going
what
to
the
be
last one could be.
Descendant of Magua. Tiffin? No, it's Descendant of Magua. Let's see what he gets. 1 1 3 3 2 5. Okay, so you can do some moving. Tatanka's come in at the gallop. Got a crappy move. He did not nearly make it as far as the other guys with 2 move dice. So he's still on this side of the ford by the hobo, and then these guys are over there, and that's it for turn 1. All right, first card next turn. The 10 of spades. That's Tatanka, who is right here. Just roll.
Interesting.
No moves.
That's actually good.
Is it?
Yes. Well,
And you get a spot. Do an aim, reload,
it'll work.
fire.
So he will dismount.
I think you need a move dice to dismount.
No, you do not.
You don't? Okay.
You need a move dice to mount.
Oh.
Dismounting does not require a dice.
All right. So Tatanka has gotten off his horse.
And he can spot your group over there.
Yes, he certainly can. Because he's 12 inches away, so he needs 1 to see through here, 1 for the distance. Oh, we're behind cover too, though. Isn't that another one? So we got 2 pieces of cover.
So 2 pieces of cover and over 12.
Yeah. So I think you might not be able to spot us. Are you over 12? Thread the needle.
We are over 12.
Bummer. Yeah, so I think you're going to need 3,
Well,
which
then,
you don't have.
you say that like...
He's got a card. Desperado card. Add 2 additional spot dice to your hand.
So I got 4 spot dice.
Nice.
Can I see it now?
I think you can certainly see us now.
Okay. And he's got the
Marksman.
marksman.
Okay.
So 1 aimed shot. And then
That'll be a +2. So we'll have to look at the chart and count them all up. Tonka is going to take a shot at Melholland.
Now, do you have to say whether you're going to dodge before he shoots? Or
You have to dodge.
actually,
Well, there is a rule. There is a way to not dodge. We have to be like a legend.
so it's
or
not like
something.
going down.
No.
whoa,
A 6.
+2.
Yeah, that's an 8. Okay then. So I need to dodge. I am in cover. I don't dodge. Oh boy. I'm hit.
Okay,
I'm hit with a critical hit.
critical hit table.
And it's +1 on that roll because of the bow. So roll on the critical hit table.
Is that this one?
It's this one down here. So
3 + 1 is 4.
it's a chest wound. 1 shock, 2 permanent lost.
Isn't it a +1?
Oh, head wound. +1 spot needed.
1 shock, 2 permanent.
Oh, great. Thank you, Andre.
Hey.
So Mel Holland's going to lose 2 permanent. 1 to the shock pool. Is there anything I could have done with these bonanza tokens in that case, or is that?
You could have tried to activate before me.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that taking me out? You just got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've lost 2 permanents. I lost 1 to the shock pool, and I'm gonna need what was it? Minus another 1, -1 or +1 spot needed because I got head
Because you're
shot.
hitting the head.
Yes.
You're a little foggy.
Headshot.
Double vision.
Okay.
And then I can reload and
Fire again.
no, I can't fire again because I did my special thing.
Okay.
So all I can do is reload.
So he's got another bow,
So
another arrow out of the
I've
quiver.
notched another arrow.
Okay then. Although I don't know if you could have even done that though, because it says you had to be stationary, and you got off the horse. We'll have to look at it. All right. Well, I don't think he could have done that because he wasn't stationary, but it doesn't matter because he still got a critical hit either way. Instead of an 8, it would have been a 7, which is still a critical hit.
It wasn't a super critical hit.
It wasn't super, but he got +1 because he's with an 18 with the bow, and the bow gives you a +1 on the critical hit roll with an 18.
But you do look kind of weird with that arrow through your hat.
Yeah, through the head, like the side with the, the hat you wear with the arrow going through your head. Okay, next card.
And there he is.
There he is, Mel Holland. Okay. 3 dice. Okay. 4 and a 2. So I'm going to use this to recover my from the shock pool.
Okay.
And then that leaves me with a 4 and a 2. Can't do anything. I'm -1 on my spot, so that's gone. So I can't spot him. And it means can't do anything. So next card. The Ace of Spades. That is Descendant of Magua.
He wants to shoot something.
It looks like it. And not move very far.
What's his range?
So he's got the pistol, the Adams revolver. It's 24-inch max range. Magua just moved like 5 inches up here. We did the roll for the town folk who was here when the bow was shot. He's within 6, nothing. He was frozen with fear. And then Magua got within an inch of him and scared him off, and he ran over this way.
Although I'm thinking if you're frozen with fear, you should be frozen with fear for the duration, but I guess he snapped out of it.
At least he didn't try to shoot you. Next card. The 9, that is, that's the ranch hands. Let's see what the ranch hands can do. 3 move dice, 2 shoot dice, and an ace. So no way to spot. Okay, well, let's see what Steve wants to do with these guys. Henchman's going to stay put. They're not going to do anything. Next up is Kicking Bird, who is here still on the horse.
Wow.
A couple of 6s, a couple of
move.
aims, a move, and a shoot. So, Kicking Bird turned. He's cantered over.
Galloped over.
Galloped. Well, no, you moved normally.
Oh,
When you burned
yes.
it,
I
and then-
cantered over on the first dice.
And then he made
And then I turned, and now I'm galloping.
and he's galloping straight at the ranch hands. He's going to see if he can pass the test. I think he does at the gallop. So he leaps the fence. And I guess we're in hand-to-hand now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to see how these guys fight. Probably not very well. But I know he's got a spear, so that's going to be good for him. We'll count up the dice. All right, so the Kicking Bird on the horse with the spear is going to have 5 dice, needing 3s. 4 hits. And Steve's only getting 3 dice, 1 per character, needing 5s.
Got 1 hit.
1. So we lost by 3. All right, we'll sort it out.
Going after your mean dude.
You should have. course, I would have probably had, I don't know.
You'd have bonanza.
Yeah, I definitely would have bonanza. So this is how it ended up. He moved up there. We lost by 3, which means we lost a shot dice permanently. We fell back an inch. Andre had to finish his move, which would have probably put him right on top of them, but we're just going to put him behind him. And I think that's it. I mean, he won by 3 and we only lost 1. So if we did that wrong, let us know. And then the last card is going to be Ryan Horton with the rifle. Come on, Horton.
Look at all the 2s.
You got a lot of spots, which we'll need.
Yep.
A couple aims and a fire.
Wow.
So,
It's a hell of a roll.
yeah, that's exactly what I needed. So I can spot you.
You can spot anybody.
And I get a, so it's a rifle. So it's +1, +2, +3, and then a fire. So I'm firing on a +3.
Wow.
All right, Horton, you can do it. We're going to aim at, who the hell do we want to aim at? You said there's no negative or positive for shooting at someone on a horse, right?
No.
I can't quite see Kicking Bird, or I would take a shot at him. So we'll fire at, we'll fire at Tatanka. Him and his bow. We want revenge for hitting a range boss.
6.
It's not a critical hit. So you get to try to dodge, Andre. I think you need a 5. No, he does not dodge. Okay, so a 6 means, what is a 6? It's a wound, I believe. So
Hits. 6.
Wound.
Wound.
okay.
So
Lose 1
Tatanka-
action dice to shock and 1 action dice permanently. So Tatanka is going to lose 1 permanently and 1 to shock. Oh, and then Kicking Bird also lost 1 to shock because on Steve rolled a 6. Okay, and then I am unloaded. So I will come over here to Horton. We will remove that, and we have to spend 2 to reload. And we'll move on to the next turn. All right, Steve, next card. 9, that's the ranch hands. That is the ranch hands, which is good because they got Kicking Bird like right behind them. They're down a dice permanently. 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6. Be +1 on these 2 shots. So a 4. No, you didn't get anything. You needed 5s. So they both missed. And he rolled more 1s than 6s, Andre. Which means, I believe it means you're out of, you're unloaded. Because that's what it says. If you roll more 1s than 6s, you're run out of ammo. So, yeah, he ran out of ammo.
Well, you know, it was a tough shot.
Yeah, real tough. Guy standing right in front of you.
Well, he was galloping.
Yeah. He did gallop right through him too, so. Okay, so next card. Okay, that's Mel Holland with his 4 dice. Alright, Mel Holland. A couple of shoots. A bunch of shoots. And too bad these guys are right in front of him. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, we forgot to roll for the civilians here when these 2 guys shot. So we'll roll for this one here for the first shot. A 3. What's 3 on the civilian table there, Andre? And then the other one is a 5. A 3 and a 5 on the...
A 3 is run for your lives. A 5 is run for your lives.
Okay.
Moves away from the direction of shooting. 2d6.
In a
In a
random...
random.
That's-
Moves away in a random direction.
Okay, this guy will move away in a random direction. 8. So just a random distance too, essentially. 4. So she's just gonna go like over here. They're scattering. Okay, now I will use this 1 to move. I want to try to move up just next to this guy here, which he does. Okay, so that one is burned, and I can fire 3 shots at kicking bird. I'm pretty sure I can see him. I don't need to spot. So my head wound doesn't really come into effect here. So I'll take 3 shots at him. So I do need to...
Does anybody see an Indian around here?
The head wound does make me need an additional spot dice, which means I need 1 because I needed 0. But I do have this card, use as 1 additional spot dice in the current activation. So I'll burn that, and I will take my 3 shots at kicking bird. So the first one, that's a miss. The second one, it's another miss. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
That's a hell of a head wound you
It's
got.
continuing from the last game. Okay,
So,
well, I should have just charged him.
So, we've got a gunslinger here trying to shoot at the Indian here.
He does have a head wound.
Man.
He has an arrow sticking out of one of his eyes. What's he gonna do? Next card. Okay, that's our last dude over there behind the barn. All right, Horton. Need a couple of reloads.
I got it.
So I got a 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. So I don't think I need to spot you again, right? Since you haven't moved.
No.
I
You
can
don't
just
have to I'm spotted.
so I can
So you can
reload,
reload and fire.
but I can't aim.
No.
So it'll be just a +1 on this shot. Okay, we're going to change our targets. We are going to use the 2 spot dice. We're going to fire at Magua. I could even move up, couldn't I? I probably should move up and then do all this. Okay, I moved up 4 with Horton. Now we're going to fire, and this is a +1 for long range rifle. So 3, it's a miss. Another miss. Okay,
A near hit.
the last 3 cards will be Andre's, so I guess we'll
Matters
see what order they go in.
which, order they come up in.
Ace of Spades.
Okay, so that's Descendant of Magua. Okay, go for it. He's still going to be a slow mover.
Wow.
So we got 3 spots,
And
2
2 shoots.
and an ace. Next, so Magua just moved up.
And I've got 3 spot dice. And
Which will be enough.
okay.
You only need 2.
And I've got 2 shots.
So 2 shots. Firing at Burton.
Pew pew! A 5.
miss.
That's a hit.
Technically, you could roll them 1 at a time, because if you hit the first one, I would try to dodge.
Oh, that's true. But since I was going to miss,
Since
I
you
didn't
knew you were going
bother.
to miss, it was just formality.
10 of Spades.
10 of
That'll be
spades.
Tatanka.
Tatanka, who's over here, his horse ran off looking for oats, and his bow is reloaded. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. Are you missing?
Yes, I'm missing 2 dice.
Did you lose one permanently, or
No. Well, yeah, I have 1 permanent, 1 shock.
Okay. I don't remember you. Oh, I put a wound on you. That's right. So he's down to 4 dice. Got a 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to take an aim shot at Melholland again.
Now we're shooting at the guy with the arrow in his head.
Yeah. He's got a marker. Yeah.
The guy that's marked. That'll be a 5.
Yeah, because it's +2 because he's a marksman.
So,
So that's a hit. So I have
That's-
to dodge. Come on, dude. Don't dodge.
so you take
Take a shock.
Shock.
So I am down to 3 dice in my hand, 1 in the shock pool. And can you reload?
And I can reload.
Okay, so his arrow is reloaded.
And
The last thing is going to be kicking bird. He's trying to prove himself today.
he's doing a pretty good
He's
job.
doing an excellent job.
Except
Um,
I can't move.
he can't move. He's facing the wrong way.
I can't. Okay, I got 2 spot dice.
We
I
got 'em
can't see
surrounded.
anybody. Where'd everybody go?
There. Hey, I hear something. Do you hear something? Okay, well, yeah, you can do nothing. Well, did you fire? No, you haven't fired anything yet, have you? So you can't even reload. All right, move on to the next turn. Next turn.
Maybe
Henchman.
we'll first card him.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Kicking Bird again. Can he redeem himself? Or will he whiff? Okay, he's got a move dice.
He's got 2 move dice.
Okay.
Well, one of them you need to remove a shock.
Well, he doesn't have to. He can. He can
I
recover
could
his shock.
recover my butt.
Okay. Well, I don't really think what he wants to do with his hand. All right, Mel Holland's going to shout Bonanza. So we're going to burn one of our Bonanzas, and we're going to interrupt Kicking Bird. Sadly, I only have 3 dice in my hand, and it's -2 for a gunslinger, so I'm going to roll 1 dice. So I got to roll a 4 or 5 here.
Or a 6.
No, a 2. Hey, I spot
You
you.
can spot me.
I can spot you.
I've
course
been
I would've-
spotted.
Yeah. So that was a complete waste. But if I would have got a 4 or 5, I would have used my shotgun.
Okay.
All right.
In the whole group.
So you're charging my main guy
Yeah, first, yes.
first. Okay, so he rode over here, wheeled around, and then galloped back into Melholland. So we're going to do fisticuffs again. So we'll count him up. Okay, so it says 2 on 1. So he needs 3s though because he's got the spear. So go ahead, Andre. Oh man. Of course.
2 rending hits.
And I get 1. Yeah.
You called it. 2 net hits.
2
so
net
that's
hits.
going to be 2 shock.
2 shock, which is going to take him down to 1 in his hand and 3 in his shock pool.
And you move back 2 inches.
And I move back 2 inches. Get behind the...
And then I continue forward with my charge. And I hit these guys.
Okay. So, alright, so count them up again.
So they really get, well, okay.
1 per guy.
Yeah, which it's weird that your gunslinger gets,
Well, it's minus... I would have had more. But I had very few activation dice to start with.
Yeah, the group of henchmen would literally get, I mean, that's a huge bonus.
Well, it's 3
for 1
guys,
per guy.
3 on 1.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're...
Well, let's count them up again. All right, you go first, Andre.
Roar!
That's 2 hits. And Steve's going to get
1 hit.
1 hit. So 2 net hits,
No, 1 net hit.
1 net hit. Is that 1 shock?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ranch hands will go down 1 shock.
And they move back 2 inches.
And that one greenhorn Indian is like wreaking havoc on us.
Okay, so I can spot you
And aim.
and aim. Okay, so I've got an aim on your group.
Okay. Next card. Hey, it's Mel Holland. He's got 1 dice. So I have a bonanza. So I'm going to have to do that thing where I bet or whatever.
Try and
Gamble.
gamble.
I gotta gamble.
Or are you going to just pull a dice back from your pool? Isn't that a thing also?
No, you need a 6 for that.
No. Can't you use a bonanza to pull a...
No, I don't think you can. I mean, you gamble, you can get 1, and I probably will with the way I've been rolling. So we'll read it, we'll figure it out. Right, Mel Holland's gonna gamble. D3 dice back in from the shock pool. A 4.
Got 2.
2. Wow, that takes me up to 3. Okay, so I'm at 3 dice
Tripled
now.
your dice number.
I've burned both of my bonanzas now. And now we will do our roll. 1, 3, 5. Okay,
You got an aim and a shoot in there.
but I can't spot him because I got the head wound. I need an extra spot, which I don't have.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna just charge. I'm charging. We're going in. All right, we made it. We're coming in for you, Kicking Bird.
All right.
All right, we'll count them up. We forgot that the lance, the +2 on the chart, the results chart for fisticuffs is a wound with the lance. I think we might have missed that at least once during all these fisticuffs. But, so I'm going to get 2, 1 for being a level higher, 1 for using 1 shoot dice. Andre's going to get 2 because he is mounted.
So I'm a greenhorn.
Yeah.
So -4. So I get 1 for my 1 for mounted, 1 for being a greenhorn for my action dice.
Okay. And then, so you get 2 and I get 2. But you're hitting on a 3 because you got the spear.
Woohoo!
So 5 is against 3s. Come on, Milholland. Hey, we got 1.
Got 1.
And you got 1.
So 1 on 1. So
It's a tie.
Net 0. I think we both take a shot.
Draw. Both characters place 1 action dice to shock pool. Immediately fight a second round. If the second round is a draw, both characters place 1 action dice in their shock pool. Move 1 inch away. Fight ends.
Okay.
So
I'm actually going to play a card.
Okay.
Return all your. Ooh,
What does it say?
I'm not telling you.
All right then. So 1 each on the second round. 5s against 3s though. Come on, dude. Oh, we got him. Oh.
And I got him.
Yes.
So it's
So
a draw again.
yeah, that's right. Damn it.
So we both lose
Another one.
another one.
So I'll be down to 1 dice again. I was gonna say if you lost that, you're mounted. You'd have to fall back and take a test and everything. But you're hitting on 3s with a spear.
Move 1 inch apart.
Move 1 inch back. Okay, there we go. I'm down to 1 action dice. And we move to the next card. That is the henchman.
All right.
All right, Steve, you can do this. 4 dice for the henchman. 1, 5, 5, 4. Well, you can take some shooting. Yeah, you can fire. Oh no, you were unloaded though, remember? So you're gonna have to reload because you rolled more 1s than 6s last time. So it takes 2 to reload, and then you can fire 1 shot. Fire! It's a hit,
Ooh.
and Andre has to try to dodge. Does not dodge. Okay, he's on horse too, so let's see if that makes a difference.
Right.
So he didn't dodge, took a wound on the 6, so he lost a permanent and another shock, and he's down to, he's got 4 in shock, in shock pool, 1 in his active, and okay, next card. So between all of us over here, we've almost got the greenhorn down to out of the game. 10. That's to Tonka with the bow back there behind the water tower. Tonka's got 4 dice. A couple moves, and then a shoot and a wild or an ace. He's gonna have
It's got a militia screen or whatever that was called.
skirmish screen.
Skirmish screen.
Milholland. Actually, I forgot to roll for. We forgot to roll for all these civilians during all that shooting. All right, Steve, roll for the civilian there. 1. That's not good.
That could be something.
That might be bad.
Townsfolk, have a go, hero. Roll 1d6, inflicting a shock on a 5 and a wound on a 6. The character may dodge. Townsfolk move 2d6 away.
Oh, great. All right, you roll that one, Andre.
All right.
Oh, why not? Why not? Another 6 for Andre. So a wound on
Who
the
takes a wound? The henchman?
the henchman. Take a wound. Oh man. So the lady here pulled a pistol out of her skirt, did a wound, which means that they've lost 2 permanently, so they lose a figure They're down to 3 dice, one in the shock pool. She's going to move in a random direction after shooting one of her own people. She didn't like that guy anyway, apparently. Saw this as her chance. Okay, now you can do your shot, Andre.
Okay, so taking a shot.
3
5.
plus 2. That's a wound, or a shock.
Shock.
So I have to dodge. Oh, we do.
He dodges.
He finally dodges one.
So he's gonna duck back behind that tree, right?
Yep, get behind the cover.
Or would he? Or does he want to duck over here?
He'll go behind the tree. He could go forward because he's a gunslinger, but I think it's safe to. So, Steve, you can put one of those red markers on him. That means he's pinned. So with my 1 dice, if I get a 1,
You can
I
do
can
something.
take the pin marker off. Next card. The 10, that's Horton. We go Horton. Still got full dice.
Woo.
Wow, so 2 6s, 2 2s, a 3, and a 5.
Is he loaded?
No, he is not loaded.
Did not think so.
So I would have to turn one of these into to reload.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, so I could reload here. I could aim.
Not with a 3.
Isn't that not a reload?
No.
Oh, that's a aim.
4 and a 5. So that's a reload.
That's an aim.
Yep.
So I could take 1 plus 2 shot, and I will do that. Probably at one of these guys. I guess I'll fire again at Descendant of Magua. At a plus 2. Plus 2 on the Magua. Another 1. I need to get a game where rolling low is good. I'd be kicking some ass.
Well, we could always play Axis and Allies here. We've been threatening to break that out.
Yeah, that would be cool. We should do that sometime. And last up is going to be Magua. Magua time. Okay, so we got 2 6s.
Lots of aims and lots of
So Magua can do
shooting.
something. Even move if he wants to. Magua has moved up. Turned to 6 into a 1, moved up. Got into effective range of Horton. And he's going to aim and fire. He's in effective range now, so no negative. 4. That's a miss.
That's a miss. I will double aim and fire.
And, okay. Double aim and fire.
Yep.
So plus.
Ooh, a 7.
That's a 7?
That's a 7.
Oh boy. Okay, Horton. We gotta
Might want
dodge
to
here.
dodge this.
You can dodge, no problem. Hey, another 1.
Hey.
Hey, why not? Keep it consistent so I do not dodge.
So
So roll
you're
on the
rolling
table.
on,
You want to roll it? Or should I roll it? I should probably roll it. Of course, I'll probably roll a 6 now.
because
I'll be
you've
dead.
rolled.
Boot Hill. I'm rolling the opposites today. I'll roll it. Alright, you ready? So, critical hit table. 6. What'd I say?
You said you'd probably wind up in Boot Hill.
Yeah. So Horton's on Boot Hill.
Wow.
You killed it?
He killed him outright. Yeah. He just blew his head off.
Actually,
But the Adams
no, that
were
was
over.
even one more because that was a heavy caliber.
Yeah. Well, heavy caliber, it turns
Actually-
a shock into a wound.
Well, yeah.
But
Okay, so
you just bypassed that outright and just blew his head off. Blew his head clean off. Okay. We'll move to the next turn. We're pretty much screwed here. I got 1 dice on my main guy. We got 3 dice on our 2 henchmen. And a bunch of Indians. Next turn. Hey, look at that. It's Magua again. So he's down 2 shots out of his Adams revolver.
Oh, 3 shot. Or, oh, yeah, just 2.
And he's got 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll
Tatanka's turned, moved up to the crossroads there. He spotted the henchman. Gonna take an aim shot. It's gonna be a miss.
He'll take another
Unaimed shot.
unaimed shot.
It's another miss.
Down 2 more shells. All right.
Actually, that's. I'm sorry. That's Magua.
Magua, not Tatanka.
Tatanka, yeah.
Tatanka's out in the forward with the
Tatanka's,
bow.
yeah, he's got the bow he's plinking away with.
Okay.
Next, is that it?
That was everything.
All right, next card. It's Milholland with his 1 dice. So if I'm lucky, I can get a 1.
Roll well.
I can roll a 1, and I can remove my pin marker. Oh, I can remove my pin marker. Can you remove my pin marker, please? Or I could, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that.
Actually, can you?
I'm going to recover a dice.
Can you do that when you have a pin?
Do what?
Recover a dice.
Oh, probably not. Yeah. Okay, I will remove the pin marker. And that's all he can do. He's 1 dice action dice, and 3 in the shock pool. So next card. 10. That is that's Tatanka. Tatanka time. He's only got 4 dice, huh?
Yep.
A 1, 2, and 2 5s. Is he loaded?
No. But now he is.
Okay, so he's gonna. No, you did knock an arrow. I remember you saying you notched an arrow.
I think that was before.
Before,
I think
okay.
I fired that arrow.
Okay, so
I'm
he'll
pretty
notch
sure I'm
another
unloaded
arrow.
now, so I can load.
You can't aim though.
So I might as well move, because that's the main reason I've not been moving is
you're
I
marksman.
can't move on that. So, oh, I was supposed to say, I got to say where I'm headed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he's going that way. How about if you don't say, you move in a random direction? All right, he's moving that way. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Tonka's going to fire at the henchman with an arrow. It's a miss.
Are you sure you want to turn the Frenchman that way, Steve?
He's unloaded. You don't want to get hit from behind. Is that a thing in this?
Yes. Or it is when I.
We're surrounded.
Hand
We're
to
surrounded
hand.
by Indians. Look at this. 2 on horse, 1 not on a horse. All right, next card. Oh boy, it's Kicking Bird.
And he's going to play his card.
What's his card?
Dying ain't much of a living, boy.
Yeah, Outlaw Josie Wales.
Return all of your action dice in your shock pool to your action dice pool.
That'd be nice.
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't mind to
So
have that
4
one.
dice coming back up.
Okay,
I went from 1 to 5.
perfect. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. He's charging.
3 hits.
2
2 hits.
No, 1 hit.
1 net hit. Oh,
That's not a hit.
so 2 net. So that's 2 shock.
And Steve got a 6, right? So you take a shock.
If you get 2 shock, that's a wound, right?
Uh,
Because you got the spear or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, it becomes a wound because you have the spear. So that means you lose a dice permanently, Steve. Man. We'll sort it out. Okay, next card. So we pulled back and lost another permanent wound due to the spear rule. So the ranch hands are down to 2 and 1 in the shock pool. And the next up is the ranch hands with their 2 dice. A 2 and a 6. Okay. What do you want to do here, Steve? You wanna...
Shoot him!
I think you're loaded, right?
Yeah, I haven't had more 1s than 6s. So.
Okay, so let's go ahead and fire an unaimed shot. I don't think you get the plus for being in point blank though, so
Nothing.
it's a miss.
And this guy's dead, I think.
Yeah, he's that's Horton. He's dead. Okay. All right, so I think we're gonna head for the hills here, the ranchers, because there's no way in hell we're gonna be able to win this. There's still the full Indians. They got a few shock and a few missing, but overall they've got the lowest is 4.
4, 4, 6
Yeah.
on the dice pools.
And we got 1 and like 2 and a dead guy. It started off with Tatanka putting an arrow through the head of Milholland, like right off the bat,
like first shot.
immediately. And it just went downhill from there. We couldn't do any. I mean, the greenhorn when I first gave the greenhorn the spear, I'm like, I wonder if putting a spear on the greenhorn's really a good idea. Maybe I should give it to like a better guy. But
The spear is incredible. If you hadn't
the
noticed,
spear is amazing.
yeah.
It's really good. Hitting on a 3+
Oh, it's insane.
and on a horse.
Yeah.
It's like you're rolling in with like 3 or 4 dice almost all the time, hitting on 3s. They're really good in close combat. So, a little note for the future: if you ever see a guy on a horse with a spear, take him down. Take him down first, because well, then this guy Tatanka had a tomahawk. He could have got in there. The tomahawk's very similar to the spear as far as rules go. I think it hits on a 4+,
Oh.
but still, it's it boosts just like the spear does.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize they were both so badass hand to hand. I mean, I like just kind of sitting back sniping with the bow. That seemed to be,
And you had the marksman, which was really good
yeah.
for him, like this, because you're getting that +1 on the
Well,
critical hit
And
roll.
Kicking Bird had the incredible card draw of return all your
That one,
shock pool to. So
that one's really good.
yeah, no, I thought about playing that a couple of times, but he's over there getting pounded on, so it's like, okay, do more shock.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Rough one for the ranchers. I mean, I was rolling bad. Steve was rolling pretty bad. It's like whatever I needed, I was not rolling it. So it makes it hard to have a fun game. But you know, in a campaign, maybe we would have headed for the hills because you know we see the writing on the wall, and that's when you say, you know what, we're out of here. We'll live to fight another day.
And
But
you
I'm-
say fun game. Kicking Bird had a great time.
Yeah, Andre had a fun game.
Well, Kicking Bird had.
Kicking Bird had a great game. And if this was a campaign, he would probably be like a gunslinger by the next turn. The way he did in this game,
He
would definitely get a
literally,
promotion.
well, it wasn't single-handed, but I mean, he did most of the damage and took on most of the. Yeah, I mean, he was involved in at least half the fighting.
Well, and then Magua killed Horton with a 1 shot to the head.
Yeah.
That was when I rolled a 6 on the boot hill. I should let Andre roll that. Of course, he
Well-
might have been doomed either way.
I was gonna say you just rolled 2 1s in a row. How?
Well, yeah. So it's. I think next time we play this, we'll start the campaign. Because I would like to track, you know, what's going on and see these guys get boosted up and follow along with them. So it would be fun to see what Kicking Bird would have become. Of course, in the campaign game, we'd have to keep track of like, okay, Kicking Bird, you know, write it down. He killed so and so, or he did this, and those add reputation points, and you can build your guys up that way. He could be like chief of the whole tribe by the time the campaign is over.
Well, if he keeps fighting like that, he's gonna have to take on Magua.
Yeah, they're gonna fight. They're gonna like, you know, they tie your wrist together, and then you have a knife in your free hand, like old school. And whoever wins is the chief. He's gonna challenge Magua for one day for the chief, but that'll be for another time. So anyway, that's it for this one. Obviously, we probably made a lot of mistakes again. And if we did, let us know. Rules mistakes, tactical mistakes, mistakes with the Bonanza tokens, which Andre never used any of his. Neither did Horton. I used both of Milholland's, and they didn't do a whole lot. I mean, having what I have one dice.
They are a lot more effective earlier game. Maybe we need to read through it and figure out how to be effective with them later game, or maybe using it to re-roll some dice would have been beneficial at some point. But
Yeah, and I did have this card for Horton. Play to re-roll any set of dice. So I'm thinking, could I have used that when I rolled a 6 for Boot Hill?
any set of
It says
dice
set.
to me,
It means the action,
Action
dice.
dice.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I read that. That's why I didn't try it. It doesn't say any dice has any set, but I mean, is one dice a set?
a set of one.
I don't know.
Mathematically speaking,
So I'm
yes.
thinking it probably means like the lucky rule that Melholland had, which I never used. Oh man, I could have used that to reroll that one dice. That's a set of one. So anyway, yeah, thanks to Andre and Steve for coming over, and all the guys who are here live streaming with us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we did wrong, what we did right. Well, just in general how we did on this game compared to our first Learning game. And check out our sponsors, and check out our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out our Patreon as well if you want to help the channel out. And with that, we'll say thanks, and we'll see you next time.